What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats Prospect Spotlight, where you get a chance to learn more about NFL draft hopefuls. I'm Steph Sanchez, excited to have our first prospect interview of 2025 on the show. Joining me today is Hawaii cornerback Cam Stone. Cam, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excited to have you on. Now, something I'm gonna do a little bit differently this year, just to get us kind of warmed up, is a little rapid fire sesh here. So I got like 6 quick questions for you, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty of it. But let's start off with this rapid fire first. If you could get a pick on any quarterback in the NFL right now, who would it be?
Um, Lamar Jackson.
That's nice. Okay, who's the NFL MVP for you this season, Lamar or Allen?
Lamar Jackson.
No wrong answer there. Who you got winning the Natty?
Coach Freeman. It's hard. It's hard not to get behind his back. I got Notre Dame.
Okay. Who wins the Super Bowl for you this season?
The Ravens.
Okay. Favorite cheat day meal?
Um, Seafood of any sorts, crawfish, crab, if that's a cheat
All
meal
right.
in people's eyes.
Yeah, seafood boil. Okay. All right. Last one here. Drake or Kendrick?
Drake.
All right. All right. How do you do, people? How do you do? I think you did well. But yeah, we'll start off with some of the questions here now, going into your college career and how this journey into the NFL is shaping up for you. All right, so you started your collegiate career at Wyoming. You transferred to Hawaii in 2022. Walk me through your decision to enter the portal then, and why Hawaii ended up being the right fit for you.
So leaving Wyoming, it was really just a change of scenery. I felt was needed. In terms of a lot of things. When I entered the portal, I was eventually what led me to Hawaii. I was supposed to go to UCLA. They actually called me and everything was good. But that was it. That ended up being a prestigious school. And they could only take a certain GPA for 4 for 4s. And I decided COVID year when all the classes were online, I was going to play Warzone instead of doing my work. So, which led me to Hawaii. Ultimately, I felt they had a DB coach, Coach Abe at the time. I felt that he could help me or really develop me into the player I needed to be. Given I had seen some of the guys he's coached and I've seen them play firsthand, and I like the way they were being developed.
And I mean, honestly, it's pretty hard to argue that it was a right fit for you because, your final season at Hawaii, you had career high in tackles, tied a career high in interceptions. Was there a year either at Wyoming or Hawaii where you kind of felt like the game started to slow down for you?
I would say it was definitely my this year at Hawaii. I had the luxury of working with a great DC, Dennis Thurman, who just got inducted to the College Football Hall of Fame. Um, he was my DC and corners coach along with Coach Manea. He just instilled a lot of things. He didn't talk a lot, but when he did, it was always something wise that you needed to write down or just pay attention to. So he kind of instilled a lot of things in me to help me understand that I needed to grow in certain aspects of the game in order to give myself a shot. And I did those things, and the game became very slow to me in the process of game days, and I was able to make plays.
Love that. And I'm sure as part of that development too, and the game slowing down, like, you do a lot of game planning and film study. What is something that you look for in your opponent when you're doing film study?
Really, I mean, I look at my receiver, but the way I look at it is I'm going up against an OC. I like to tend to think of myself as a DC in certain aspects of the game. Like, what is he calling? What are the splits in this side or in this down and distance? Because it's fairly the same every game when it comes to the OC's play calling in college football. So you kind of get a hint on what's coming based on formations and splits. At least that's how well I break it down instead of just looking at a receiver the whole time.
Well, that's probably why like your tackles, were as high as they were because you're not just thinking about the receivers. Think about the running backs and the entire offense, right? So it sounds like you definitely were prepared for what was coming your way. Now you got a chance to compete at the Hula Bowl. Congrats on that. It's exciting. Tell me how it felt to get that invite.
It was very grateful. A lot of people in the Mountain West can get overlooked at times, especially given my height. Of course, it's no secret. I'm a short corner in today's game. So I was really grateful that they saw the potential and the talent in me to give me another opportunity to play the game I love.
And how that week go for you? You felt like
It went really well. Day one, I played corner. It was smooth. I met a lot of great guys and coaches as well. I was doing some interviews with some scouts. They all talked about how nickel would be where they see me, which I was already prepared for. I had got the idea that nickel was probably the position. So day two, I moved to nickel, and it was really easy in turn. My one-on-one reps. I don't think I lost a rep inside. Um, and then just being able to quarterback a defense. I ended up losing my voice that week. The way I was communicating, just in terms of trying to help everybody get aligned. It was fun having that authority in terms of play calling and just communication.
yeah, I mean that's definitely impressive for any team. I think to see you like communicating out there, especially like you're not it's not your regular team, right? It's a team that you just met like that week and you're working with that week, right? So to have that sense of leadership, I'm sure was impressive to a lot of people. And I actually did see someone else make that same observation because as I was getting ready for this interview, I was reading up, a little on you and Hula Bowl week, and someone did make that observation as well that you were, calling things out and being very vocal. So definitely something that stood out to others. Now, I know that you have worked on kickoff returns as well, right? So,
Yeah.
is that something that you did at the Hula Bowl at all? Did I try to get you back there?
No, I didn't partake in it in any of the drill. They did a few kickoff returns. There's a lot of guys back there getting reps. I know what I'm capable at in terms of special teams. I put it on tape. I'm fairly comfortable with it. So I had got special teams work in other positions such as gunner and the L1 R1 in terms of punt return. Just other aspects. Any way I can add more value.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be another thing that teams are really interested in as well. And you already said some of the feedback that scouts have given you. I'm sure you had a lot of conversations during Hula Bowl week. Were there any conversations that like stood out to you in particular? And you don't have to name teams if you don't want to, but like just as far as the types of discussions you guys had.
Oh yeah. There was a few. More so, it was all just general questions for the most part, but getting into depth with a few teams just about the scheme and the belief they have in my ability to go and add value to their team. That was big for me.
All right, so let me ask you this: Do you prefer more press man or zone?
Uh, I've always liked the challenge of just pressing. I know it's a lot easy for you mentally. All your keys go away, but physically, it's probably the most challenging, especially out wide when you're by yourself. And
Hmm.
I I really look forward to that challenge.
Yeah, I like that. Definitely, like for anyone who says like they prefer that, that is definitely the challenge part. It's one on one. Really get to cut your teeth against someone. So yeah, that's a good answer. Now, as far as like this time, preparing for the draft, this is a good time to kind of hone your craft, improve anything that, you feel you need to improve before you get to pro days and all that. So is there anything in particular that you've kind of seen in your own film that maybe you want to work on during this time?
Yeah. Just staying low in aspects, in terms of my alignment and throughout the play. Understanding that staying low keeps your hips engaged more easier. Um, and then just focusing my eyes, more. You can never go wrong with improving your eyes in the game, because that's probably the most important. Your eyes take you everywhere you need to go. So doing anything I can to improve my eyes and staying low.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So what's next for you preparing for the draft? Like, obviously you did the Hula Bowl. It's still kind of early in the process. It's January. So like, what's kind of the plan in these next few months for you?
It's really to just train, I got to run fast, training to run that 40 and really excel in that part of that drill in the combine. A lot of people are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So really it'll just be, I'm back home, I'm training. It'll be my everyday thing. I don't know too much about it, but I know there's a 30-day window where teams can have you or host you. I don't know if that's
Yeah, yeah.
before the draft.
30 visits.
So yeah,
Yep.
30 visits.
Those are
So
in April.
mhm.
So okay, yeah. I mean, you got a lot of time to get the speed up. Is there a particular number that you're aiming for, or you think you get to?
Oh yeah, I seen something, and a lot of guys had me at 4.5, and I thought that was really crazy. I don't think I've ever ran a 4.5 after college, but I think when the time is there, 4.3 is definitely possible.
Oof, man, that's quite a jump. I mean, you're like 4.5. We went from 4.5 to 4.3.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got, like I said, you got the time to really make it work. So definitely going to be rude for you to do that. Now, I always end my interviews, with this question: what is a team or a fan base getting with Cam Stone, both on and off the field?
And a leader, someone that's vocal, someone that holds people accountable, and but it's not too high and mighty to understand that they need to be held accountable as well. And a dog, something you can't teach. Just my determination and my will. Yeah, my resiliency, um, my ability to prevail when under pressure. Um, yeah, just those things.
I love it. I'm sure team will love it too, Cam. I appreciate you coming on for this interview, and obviously wish you the best of luck throughout this process. And yeah, I hope all goes well for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me today.
Appreciate everyone that tuned in. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because there will be plenty more prospect spotlight interviews just like this one. But for now, have a good rest of your day, folks. Peace.